Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another review by Project. I'm Psycho again with you today, and in this one, as you can see, we are going to be going over the fourth installment of the Mass Effect series, the long-awaited Mass Effect Andromeda. So, let's just get onto it. As its predecessors, Mass Effect Andromeda is an action role-playing video game developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts as all of the before, and is the fourth entry in the Mass Effect series, which was originally released in March 2017. So, the developers took a whole new look on the game with the story and everything, so you are not playing as any of the characters from before. Well, Shepard is not in there, and I think that none of the old characters are in the game as well. Because the game itself is set in the Andromeda Galaxy during the 29th, during the 29th century, where humanity is planning to populate new homeworlds as a part of a strategy called the Andromeda Initiative. You as a player take a role of either Scott or Sara Ryder, one of the two main characters in the game, a military recruit who joins the initiative and later wakes up in Andromeda following a about 700-year journey, if I'm not mistaken, and things go sideways, which result in you becoming humanity's pathfinder, tasked with finding a new homeworld for them. But stuff isn't always as easy as it looks, because there are always bad guys. In this game, they are known as the Ket. They are one of the, how should we call it? Yeah, they are the main bad guys in the game. And by finding them and exploring the world, you pretty much uncover secrets of another synthetic race known as the what are they called? The Remnant. The Remnant. So yeah, that's pretty much a base of the story throughout the game. You being a protagonist and finding a new world for humanity to live on. So, for the fourth installment of the game, the developers pretty much kind of changed the whole, we can call it the gameplay. The first thing that is very different from the game is the part where you cannot pause the game like you were able to in the first three parts. Combat is real time, which doesn't give you time to pause, but you have to think on your feet, using your abilities, shooting the bad guys, and you don't have the ability to pause and assign commands to your squad. That's one of the major changes that they've made to the game. The other one is the whole gameplay itself, actually. As you know, the first three games had a story path with side quests that you can follow, but in Andromeda they made it a really open world game, where you have, I think there are 5 main planets with 12 microplanets or something like that around it, which you can explore throughout the game. You can go to any planet and pretty much liberate it and make it viable for the human race to go there. But each planet features a boss which you need to defeat in order to do that. So if you go to a planet where the boss is too tough, you can just go back, level up, and come back to the planet after you have after you are at a sufficient level to beat it. So yeah, that's pretty much the two major changes that were implemented in the game and the part where you explore the worlds with a vehicle, with an all-terrain vehicle called the Nomad. You can scan for resources with it and go to places where you need to be, find stuff on the planet to make it viable for living. And that's pretty much the whole part, well, the whole gameplay of Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm gonna try and not spoil too much of the story for this one. I can just tell you that it's completely different from the first 3 installments, which has already been said when the game was in development, that they will not continue the story from Mass Effect 3, but will give a whole new look to the Mass Effect universe. In addition to the single-player modes, Andromeda also features a multiplayer mode, which pretty much revolves around the horde-style cooperative matches, in which you and a squad pretty much fend off hordes of enemies and complete a series of objectives. And the other, there was one other thing that I forgot about the whole gameplay. The class system has been redefined. We'll call it redefined. The whole classes still remain pretty much the same, but it's not like it was in the first 3 where you could pick your class in the beginning, but by leveling up you can allot points to different skills, and by that unlock classes and get different abilities and everything. So it gives you more of a bit of more how should we call it, free play style to not to define yourself in the beginning, but you can pretty much go through everything while you explore by leveling up and unlock skills that are fit to you actually, and which you are gonna use. So, to make a quick recap, Mass Effect Andromeda was an amazing what should we call it? An amazing installment to continue the first 3. They have changed a lot, but they have changed it in a good way, making the game amazing, especially with the open world play style. If you like exploring in games and doing stuff that is not predefined, this is gonna be amazing for you. So yeah, I'd suggest it to all of you guys who have played the Mass Effect series, who have gone through the first 3 parts, and who love exploring in games actually, getting to new worlds, going there, finding everything that can be found, and getting off to go to the next planet. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be all from my side for this one. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment on the videos, and I'll be joining you guys in the next one.